when you talk about India, of course, we talk about services, software, etc. But hardware has been one of those places where we still have a long way to go compared to many other countries, including some of our Asian competitors as well, right? And now, of course, as I'm digging deeper into the space, I'm realizing there are some pockets like colleges, for example, like an IIT Madras, with a lot of work happening, right? And some other colleges across the country as well. But it still needs a lot of work over there, right? What is it that bases your observation of India that we need to do differently to promote more hardware innovation? Is there something that is required from the government point of view, other ecosystem player point of view, and any learnings from whatever you might have observed?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, to be very honest, we actually got almost $700,000 worth of a grant from Canadian government, right? So that's a big amount, and that is the kind of support uh, is needed for a hardware startup, especially in India, because when you are starting a hardware in India, most of the chips are not made. Most of the accelerometers are not even resistors or capacitors are made in India, right? So for hardware, most of the components you end up importing from outside. And when you import anything in India, you have to pay import taxes and shipping, whatnot, right? So more than the talent itself, like the capital expenditure required on this is extremely prohibitive for a country like India. And one of the things that Indian government really needs to think is that they need to, apart from the grants, they really need to probably just waive the customs taxes and everything for a startup organization on any hardware components as a beginning, right? That's the least you can do, and that will that itself will, because customs is like 80%, right? And lot of people do a lot of things like hiding actual prices of the hardware and all that. They take all those shortcuts because they can't pay that much price, and then they get stuck in the customs again. They have to pay some, lobby them or whatnot, right? This has to stop, because this wastes your time. This basically doesn't let the innovation and hardware happen, right? That's the bare minimum. Apart from the fact that you need to let those, which I think this Make in India initiative and all of that, we are getting more hardware manufacturers like Foxconn, everybody. But I'm afraid that this should have been done long back, but never, better late than never. And apart from that, special grants for hardware related tech startups, right? So a mixture of both will really help hardware innovation, because with hardware in India, it is not about lack of talent, it is not about lack of will, it is not about lack of knowledge. It is really because in hardware design, you have to be resourceful, right? More than the software, because, and the best part is, because you can touch it and all that, you have very minimal space. You have to optimize the form factor. In hardware, it is never about like a what max you can go. It's about, always about optimization is the main puzzle that you solve, and that Indians are very good at. The problem, the government has to step up and really help innovation in case of the hardware. I would say government has a big role to play, more than the startups.